Good afternoon. This is Shane with 509 Restorations. Just wanted to give a quick update on this 1971 Ford F100 Heavy Duty Special. This is going to be part 4, I believe, or actually part 5 of this series. Anyways, this front clip is about ready to get installed. It's just, I kind of left it the way it was. Originally, it was very clean. There was no issues. The previous owner, for whatever reason, he didn't say it was rust or anything, but he said the front fenders were badly dented. So he replaced these two front fenders. So that's the only thing I can tell are aftermarket on this truck, other than, you know, some odds and ends, whatnot. But for the most part, everything's still all original. Like the front radiator, that's original and whatnot. But front radiator clip, that is, the support. But yeah, so this truck's about ready to be, well, not fully assembled, but at least put back together so I can get the wiring and get this Coyote fired up. Anyways, just want to, it's back in the shop now. I just have this sitting up, this so it's windshield washer fluid. I wanted it up out of the way, so when I get this front clip in, it won't be a problem. The braking system's completely in. Again, Ford Super Duty, I think pre 2005, has the power booster instead of the Hydro Boost. And then this is the same master cylinder, geez, I think up until 2023. But some custom brake lines ran for it. The brake system's been fully pressurized and bled, and brakes like a champ, even without the power booster already. That was just me moving it around and whatnot. About to put the shift linkage in before I get the front clip on, because it'll be probably a little bit easier to get to since it's just right there. You can see it'll just tie to that shift lever from Power by the Hour, or excuse me, Fat Fender Garage, and then come up here to the stock column and tie in. Everything's been tied up here. Got the original oil pressure sender. Since I'm going to be, I have the big bulb and it does fit just fine, but I went ahead and went with this newer version, so it's not so large. It's easier to grab onto the oil filter if you need to change that out. In fact, the oil filter is in a fantastic spot now with this Coyote. You put an oil pan right down here and it won't drip on anything. So the original FE motor, the 360, it was in here, would drip all over the cross member, so it was terrible. Anyways, that's a nice little setup. Got the AN fittings on the Super Duty steering box. But yeah, it's good. So I got the original pressure sensor here for the Coyote control pack, which supposedly is not even used, but I put it in there anyways because I had this adapter from Power by the Hour. And then there's the for the original gauges. Anyways, got the belt system on. I ended up relocating the alternator up here. Kind of had to, because this Super Duty steering box is much larger than I anticipated, and the alternator was hitting right here on this corner in the original location. So I just did the alternator relocation package. It's got the belt on, new idler, new belts, of course, and then a new idler here from Motorcraft Power by the Hour, but it has a 6 rib here instead of the original 4 rib that was on the F150. So this harmonic balancer was just replaced from Power by the Hour. It's got a little surface rust, so I'll clean that up. Anyways, the motor is essentially ready to be put, you know, to be wired up and fired up. So it's got oil. Transmission's got oil. I just filled that up the other day. It's got new Merv Ford Motorcraft oil in it, and transfer cases in, and just kind of give you a quick update here. So I ended up building that cross member there, and it ties to the Battleborn brake radius arm support bracket on that side, and ties right here with those two bolts, 7/16 inch bolts right there. Get that thing to focus. There we go. Again, just tying it in, and I use the original Ford NP205 transfer case support brace and transmission support brace. So you can just pick that up from any parts store. It's got the original rubberized boot. It's tied into this cross member. It's actually a 2.5 by 1.5 quarter wall cross member brace. Super strong, 1/4 inch flat bar brackets on the other side there that ties to the radius arm brackets. Super strong, not going to go anywhere. Let me just give you a quick update here. Gosh, sorry about the camera work. I'm not very good at this. But anyways, that's this original support brace. Got the original hardware right there in it, and that strengthened it. The drive line is in big heavy duty drive line from Tom Woods, or 4x4 shaft out of Utah. They've built all my drive shafts for me over the years. Super heavy duty. Got Spicer U-joints and flanges for each of the ties. Anyways, the truck's essentially together now. The front clip's gonna go on here shortly. Bed's on, been bolted on. Got the bumper on, of course. It's got an awesome stance to it. I measured it height-wise. I have to get my tape measure again. I want to say it was right at 79 inches height-wise from ground to the top of the cab. But like I said, all the brake system's been bled. It's got great brakes already without even the power booster. Coyote foot pedals in. Again, brakes are set. Got a new speedometer cable for the original instrument cluster. The shift boot's in. It is sitting a little farther forward because the original one would be right here moving forward. It's a couple inches forward. I did that mainly because on the seat here, the seat kind of covers right out to right here. And when you pull that back, sometimes it was just a little close there. And if you wanted to put cup holders here, it was just too close. So I since it's an automatic anyways, I just offset that in a couple inches. Just give it some room for cup holders and whatnot. Fuel system's in for the Coyote. It's got a Phytech narrow body fuel injection pump in there. It's all vented and whatnot. I went into, so it comes pressure out into the this is out of a Corvette, but essentially a GM pressure regulator fuel filter assembly. Get this all tied up. Anyways, so pressure in, and then the return back, and then here's the pressure line that goes down. This is Holley's vapor guard, 3/8 fuel injection hose, and all AM fittings all tied up. That's at all new neck and hose clamp and everything here. So it's all sealed up there. I've been waiting to put the door panels on. I'm going to put some Dynamat in, just a couple pieces on each of the doors, and then this will get. I just vacuumed it, but I'm going to finish cleaning it up. I'm going to paint it boxwood green, and just kind of get this all cleaned up over here, and from that little bit of a floor repair, and this will be tidy up this area quite a bit. I got the dash pad off in order to install the Vintage Air defrost ducts up here at the top. It's super clean. This is all the original setup. Here's the original dash pad sitting in the back of the bed. No cracks at all in it. It is in very clean shape. I'm excited to put that back. This seat, my wife has talked me out of putting back in. I don't know what the owner did with the original seat other than he said it was really torn up, so he put this one in. I mean, it's a Ranger XLT package, so this was definitely not the seat, and it doesn't match the interior or the boxwood green color. So my wife has talked me out of putting this one in, and since it's not even the original seat anyways, I've got a much nicer beige seat that's going to go in there. It kind of will look good with the wood grain on the truck, you know, from just the trim. And I think that's the way I'm going to go. It's got a Motorcraft oil filter. Everything's been tightened up on the fender garage motor mounts. Starter's in. Essentially, this motor's ready to be, I'm going to prime the oil and then fire this thing up, see what it sounds like before I take it to the exhaust shop and the alignment shop to get everything tidied up that way. But the interior's not, I'm not very far off with that. There's really not much to do inside there. So this is essentially ready to be completed pretty soon. And I'll do some testing and whatnot on the motor and maybe some programming there, and just make sure it's performing well and just running fantastic. Like I said, I used the TMR alignment place to get it set originally. So the steering wheel is straight, tires are straight, and the alignment's very close. So the alignment shop, and essentially when you do an alignment on this Battleborn brakes swap, you use the 2005, 2007 Super Duty alignment specs, because that's where this front end rear end came out of, with the radius arm set up and everything. So should be pretty simple for the alignment shop to do that. But the tires, you can kind of see, they really don't stick out much. They look really good. And this is the 5 3/4 inch offset that Method Racing offers in the Ford Super Duty wheels, the 8x170. So it's just barely sticks out, which I like that look. I didn't want it to stick out. These axle assemblies from the Super Duty are a little bit wider than the original Highboys, so I want to say a few inches, but you split it and it's just, I mean, you kind of can see it's barely sticking out. So it looks sharp. I'm excited. Like I said, got it in here into the shop, no problem. In fact, the same kind of combination I'm doing here on this truck, I'm doing with the crew cab. We call this truck the Yeti. It's all white, beautiful crew cab, 2-wheel drive, going to be converted to 4. Again, Super Duty axles front and rear. But yeah, I'm excited to get this front clip on. This is the original floor mat that came out of the truck when I got it. It's got a lot of stains on it, and I spent some time cleaning it, power blasting it and whatnot, and it does look a little bit better, but it's in pretty rough shape. Either way though, I'm going to put it inside the truck when it's all said and done, just because all the grain work and everything are not worn out. Even though it's got a little bit of discoloration and whatnot, and some oxidization, it's in really good cosmetic look. So this is going to go back into the truck, and you can decide when you purchase the truck whether you want to keep it in there or replace it. But it's a little piece of history there. But yeah, so again, brake system's fully bled, it's ready, drive lines in, transmission's in park, doesn't roll, put it in neutral, rolls fine. Did a test, all the oils in the transmission, motor, and the transfer case. And I topped off the front and rear differentials just to make sure they were topped off. They were. Shocks in, everything's ready to roll. Front clips going on. I'm hoping to fire this up within the next 2 weeks. I'm pretty busy at work right now, so it's going to take me a little bit to get the control pack in here once the front clip's in, and do a test fire. But I'll make sure I get a video of this thing running. But again, thanks for checking in. Hope this is an enjoyable series for you. Take care, y'all. Bye.